Hello again. Today I'm reviewing Lyra Rembrandt Polycolor pencils. I'm actually quite excited about reviewing these. They are made in Germany and they are supposed to be oil-based pencils. The box indicates that they are for fine art, break resistant. This is a 24 set. They have 4mm cores and they're light resistant. The box also says they're high quality polycolor pencils. The 24 set comes in a metal tin, which is nice. If we look at the back side, it shows all of the colors. It also mentions the product comes from sustainably managed forests and controlled sources. There is a legend showing 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 star. This refers to light fastness. The 3 stars being extremely good, 2 stars is good light fastness, and 1 star being satisfying light fastness. In this set, all are 3 stars with the exception of light cobalt and dark orange. It mentions there is a Splendor pencil in the set, but there actually isn't one. The Splendor pencil is probably for blending. I do know that it comes in the 72 set, but it doesn't come in this one. For the colors, of course we have a white and a black. We also have lemon cadmium, lemon, canary yellow, light orange, dark orange, pale geranium lake, rose carmine, dark carmine, light cobalt, light blue, true blue, Prussian blue, night green, lawn green, moss green, apple green, dark sepia, Van Dyke brown, gold ochre, burnt ochre, Venetian red, Pompeian red, and of course black. Now I said it comes in a nice metal case. It's not too bad to open this one up. And there we have our colors. They seem like quite nice pencils. I like the natural wood look. Each one is labeled with the color on it. For a 24 set, it comes with the colors one might expect. Of course, no gray, but I think we can get by without that. Now I do notice that these colors might not be the best for portraits, as I don't see any skin tones in the set. I will just check the ends of the pencils and have a look at the grain of the wood. Looks not too bad. The leads are mostly centered. They are big leads compared with the diameter of the pencil. Polychromos pencils are a bit thicker. I'm happy with the leads. I'm happy with the way the pencils look. Today I'll be drawing a flower in order to test the pencils out. I took a quick photo of a neighbor's rose, and it contains a good assortment of colors, yellows, orange, pinks, and browns. My intention was to use some colors that I don't normally use. Oranges and pinks are high on that list. But I realized the set doesn't contain a pink pencil. Quite a few shades of red, but no pink. I should also mention this is my first drawing of a flower. All of the colors are labeled on the pencils. They also have a numeric code. There is a color indicator on the end of the pencil. I do find that it doesn't necessarily match well with the color of the pencil, but it's not that far off. This 24 set cost me about $16, which is about the same price as Prismacolor Premier pencils when they're on sale. My goal is to try and find a less expensive alternative to Faber Castell Polychromos pencils that would still be considered artist grade and light fast. First impressions, I do notice the pencils feel a little bit dry. My last drawing was using Prismacolor Premier pencils, so it's understandable why these might feel a bit dry. Almost all pencils feel dry when compared to Prismacolor. I used quite a few of the pencils, all the yellows, light and dark orange, all the red tones, the gold ochre, burnt ochre, and even the Van Dyke brown. What I did notice was an inconsistency in the feel of the leads. Some felt quite dry, while others went on reasonably smooth. Lemon cadmium, light blue, Prussian blue, Pompeian red, burnt ochre, and Van Dyke brown all felt noticeably dry when compared to the other pencils. I've seen this before with other sets. One obvious set is the Prismacolor Scholar pencils. The pencils layer well, they blend okay. I did have to pull out a Prismacolor Premier white to do some blending. Mainly I was trying to blend some of the red tones to make a pink. Using a Prismacolor white isn't cheating on the review because I'm always going to use that for blending, especially if I'm trying to tone down the color. The Lyra white was similar to a Polychromos white, okay for burnishing, but doesn't affect the color much. Also, no broken leads, no issues sharpening these. Almost done, and I'm still on the ropes with these pencils. Overall, they seem just okay. I think the small size of the pencils make them harder on my fingers. That could be a personal preference. They feel very similar to Faber Castell Classic pencils, except for these dry ones. Because of the roughness, they leave a bit of a grainy image and plenty of lead bits for smearing. Because I was struggling, I figured, why not do a quick comparison with some of what I think are better pencils. The first thing that you'll notice is there's a bit of graininess to the Lyra marble. The Prismacolor Premier example is much smoother. I actually think both the Prismacolor Premier and the Prismacolor Scholar look the best because of how smooth they look due to the blending and because of the intensities of the colors. The Polychromos example also looks much better. The Polychromos and Faber Castell Classic look lighter, and part of this is due to the light reflection off the paper. The Faber Castell Classic was the lightest in color, but even though it didn't produce the same intensities, it does look better and it is less grainy. The Prismacolor Scholar looks very good, partly because the 60 set of pencils has 6 shades of blue, but also because they blend so well. What you don't see is that I broke 8 leads, yes, 8 leads, just to do the one marble. The other 4 sets, I didn't break a single pencil lead. I finally did a green marble with the Lyra pencils since I felt I did a horrible job on the first blue Lyra marble. The green one does look much better, but it still has the graininess. The last shot here shows the Faber Castell Polychromos and Classic pencil results without the influence of the light reflection. So in the end, the Lyra Rembrandt pencils didn't end up being a hidden gem. They do, however, perform well for colored pencils. But the 24 set has a few issues. The colors are a bit limited for the set and not really designed for doing portraits. The inconsistencies with the leads are another issue. A chalky Van Dyke brown is going to be hard to work with. And 25% of the set feels chalky. Even if they are light fast, I'd still likely prefer to work with Prismacolor Premier and Faber Castell Polychromos pencils as my artist grade pencils. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. I should be back in a few weeks with a review of the 50 set of Prang colored pencils.